Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another gameplay video. Gonna play some Dig Dug 2 today, the relatively obscure sequel to the all-time arcade classic Dig Dug. Dig Dug 2 was released to the arcades in 1985 after the height of the video game craze, and you guide your character around. In this game, unlike the original, you can blow up or you can destroy enemies in two different ways. One, by blowing them up. The other by drilling along the fault lines on the screen there and submerging the sections of islands. So you've got a different strategy here. Boom. And it's good to do this way, to submerge the island sections, because you get more points. So if points are big to you and not just advancing rounds, it's a great way to do it. Submerging the islands is also a quick way to get rid of enemies. Oh, got it. Got the mushroom right before the round ended. If you submerge 3 sections of island, an item will appear, typically like a vegetable, and you can get that for extra points. And some rounds are about as quick as you'll find in all of gaming. If you submerge the part of the island with all the enemies right away, boom. Now the game has appeared pretty easy so far, but it actually gets quite challenging. If you remember, the dragons in Dig Dug are called Fygar, and then these little round goggles wearing guys are Puka. The original Dig Dug is one of my favorite games of all time. Now, I like Dig Dug as well, but submerging the islands just isn't as satisfying as digging mazes, digging tunnels, and dropping rocks on enemies. But it is a lot of fun, especially when you get a bunch of enemies at once. Now, that's going to be the wrong side. You got to be careful. If you submerge an island and you're on it, you will sink too. Sometimes it's good to stun a dragon when you're going after another enemy, so the dragon doesn't breathe fire on you. Boom. Fun game, nice strategies, like I said, but I do prefer the original Dig Dug. It's probably my top 5 games of all time, the original Dig Dug. It's a lot like Mr. Do, and a lot of people say Mr. Do sort of copied Dig Dug. The debate is still out because Dig Dug and Mr. Do were in production at the same time. So perhaps one production team saw the other game in action. But who can say? A lot of people just assume Dig Dug was first and had the idea first. Perhaps it did. I'm really not sure. As you can see, the Fygar are deadly with that fire. Round 7 is when the difficulty kind of amps up as far as just being able to submerge a bunch of enemies easily. Need to get away from these guys. Regroup over here. Too slow. Didn't get away quick enough. Do you guys recall seeing Dig Dug 2 in the arcades? And if you played the NES version, it's interesting that the NES version, that's the one I played. I don't recall seeing this game in the arcades back in the day, but I did play it on the NES and I have it. And I played it quite a bit, a fair amount. Not nearly as much as the original Dig Dug, which I far prefer. But, and I think it's interesting that Dig Dug was not available for the NES in the US. The Famicom has Dig Dug, but the NES does not. And I assume that since Dig Dug 2 was released in the arcades in 1985, the same year the NES was test marketed, I assume that's why Dig Dug 2 is on the NES, because it's more of a contemporary game. But a similar occurrence happened with Millipede. Millipede is on the NES, but not Centipede. Alright guys, that was not the greatest round of Dig Dug 2, but I just wanted to show you guys what the gameplay was about. Not even going to put my score on that, my initials on that. Not worth it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you played Dig Dug 2 before and what you think of the original Dig Dug.